A very good morning, student. Today I am going to tell you about the two specialized epithelium. Okay, uh, you have learned about the classification of epithelium in the last class, where we have divided the epithelium as the simple epithelium, the stratified epithelium. Okay, these were the two basic classes, and then in between we have also said that one of the epithelium is the pseudo-stratified epithelium. Okay, and then another epithelium was classified as a transitional epithelium. So today I am going to tell you about the transitional epithelium, which is a class of the stratified epithelium. Broadly, you can say that the transitional epithelium is the stratified, because here the cells are not arranged in a single layer like that of the simple epithelium, but they are arranged in multiple layers. Okay, multiple layers. But then this epithelium, where cells are arranged in multiple layers like that of any other stratified epithelium, why it is called as transitional epithelium, and why then it is a special type of the this stratified epithelium, that I will tell you later. Okay, tell you the later. So let us come to that the location of this transitional epithelium. As per of our definition of the epithelium, we should never forget, you should always, okay, look for an epithelium on the free surface of the tissue. Say for example, if it is the tube, you should look for the epithelium on the inner aspect at the lumen of the tube. Okay, tubular structure. Now this epithelium, transitional epithelium, is found in the urinary tract. That means beginning with that of the kidney. Suppose this is the kidney here, and from this kidney there begins the pelvis of the ureter, which becomes the ureter proper. Then it comes and then it opens into the urinary bladder. Okay, this urinary bladder will receive the ureter from both the side, and then this bladder will continue with that of the, after receiving the ureter, with that of the prostatic urethra. So suppose this is the prostatic urethra through which this is continuing. So this is the urinary bladder. So where you are will be looking for the epithelium, you should look for the epithelium inside the kidney. This will begin as the major calyces, minor calyces also. But let us see here, these are the major calyces. So from the inner aspect of the major calyces, this transitional epithelium will be lining it. Then it will line, let me draw with the other color. Then it should line with to the inner aspect of the ureter. Okay, this epithelium, and then it will also line to that of the urinary bladder and to the prostatic part of the urethra, the upper part, prostatic part of the urethra. So there are various places where you will get the transitional epithelium, minor and major calyces, which are present within the kidney, then the pelvis of the ureter, then the ureter proper here, then the lumen of the urinary bladder, and that of the part of the prostatic urethra. These are the sites or the location where you will get the transitional epithelium. Okay, so this is the transitional epithelium. Okay, now after this location, let us see the description of the this transitional epithelium. As I said that it is the stratified kind of the epithelium where the cells are arranged one upon the other. If I draw a simple diagram of the transitional epithelium, say here it is the basement membrane is here, then the transitional epithelium will be lining to the, some of the cell will be attached to the basement membrane, and with the hemidesmosomes they may be cuboidal, rounded, polyhedrals. Then there will be second layer of the cells, then There will be the third layer of the cells, which are also the rounded or polyhedral cells are there, and in this way it will be 4 or 5 layers thick epithelium. Okay, they will be thick epithelium. Then what you will see that suppose it is 4 or 5 layer, here will be the centrally placed rounded nucleus. As I said that the size of the nucleus and its shape depend on the size and the shape of the cell, or you can think in the reverse way also. That means the size and the shape of the nucleus gives the size and shape of the cell. Okay, because we don't see the cell membrane here inside the light microscope, so we are totally dependent on the shape and size of the nucleus and imagine the shape and size of the cell. Now the topmost layer of the epithelium, transitional epithelium, it is having the large cell which are called as the dome-shaped cell or the umbrella cells. Okay, these are something like this. Dome-shaped or the umbrella cell. Umbrella cells are there. They are much larger than that of the subsequent cells. Okay, and here they contain again the cell rounded nucleus here, these cells, and these cells are more pinkish in nature. That means they are more eosinophilic as compared to the cells which are there in the subsequent layers or deeper layers. The cells which are there, they are less pinkish. Okay, some are vacuolated here, but most of the cells here in the superficial layer, which are umbrella shaped cell or they are the dome shaped cells, they are much more darkly stained with the eosine. They are more eosinophilic. Okay, what you should say that they are more eosinophilic cells. Now, this is the actual picture of the transitional epithelium, which is no different than that of the stratified epithelium. And what type of the stratified epithelium is that? Okay, you should know that the stratified epithelium is classified based on what is the topmost cell layer is there. That means what is the shape and size of the topmost cell, especially the cell. If here it is the cuboidal type of the cells are here on the topmost, and this it should be classified as a stratified cuboidal epithelium. Now, but this stratified cuboidal epithelial shape of the transitional epithelium is not maintained throughout the tract, okay, urinary tract. This is only maintained in the major and minor calyces and ureter, but it is not maintained in the urinary bladder because urinary bladder keep on, okay, standing with the collection of the urine. Say for example, when the urine is there about 150 milliliter, you feel a desire to micturate, but then if you are not able to micturate, it can keep on collecting the urine inside the urinary bladder, so the wall of the urinary bladder will get highly stretched up to 500 milliliter, half a liter. Okay, and in that condition, when the walls of the urinary bladder are highly stretched, then what you will see that this will not be the case. Okay, this will not be the case. There will be the stretching of the urinary bladder will lead to this kind of epithelium. Let me just rub it out and draw it here itself. What you will see here, when this bladder is stretched, because there is not stretching into the pelvis, ureter, and the, I mean to say, the other part of the urinary tract, only stretching is seen in the urinary bladder. This may be the same epithelial lining here, okay, or little stretch epithelial lining, but the upper cells will become stretch. They will become something like that. Okay, the uppermost cells will become much more flatter, and because of this stretching, their nucleus will also get stretched when the bladder is distended. Okay, so this will be the structure of the transitional epithelium when the bladder is stretched. So at this level, okay, I means during this stretching, now the transitional epithelium is classified, will be classified as if it is the stratified squamous epithelium, because the topmost cell here, they are squamous in nature. So, in the urinary bladder, the transitional epithelium shape will keep on changing from stratified cuboidal type of epithelium to the stratified squamous type of epithelium. See, and then the number of cells in the whole thickness of the epithelium will appear to be less. Here it is 3, there we have seen 5 or 6 layers of the cells were arranged. Because of stretching, they get displaced and distended. That's why the shape has to change. So the epithelial shape keeps on changing, and because of that, this kind of epithelium is an specialized stratified epithelium, and hence it is called as transitional epithelium. Transitional means where the shape is changing. Okay, so when the bladder is relaxed, okay, at rest, not stretched, then it is multiple layers, 5 or 6 layers, and topmost cells, they are quite tall, I would say they are quite big, umbrella shaped cells, okay, or dome shaped cells are there, much more stand with the eosine, okay, the eosinophilic they are. But when the bladder is highly stretched, they are the epithelium become stretched, and the topmost cells, they become stratified squamous type, though it is a transitional epithelium. Hence it is called as transitional epithelium. Now you know why this epithelium is an specialized epithelium and why it is called as transitional epithelium. Okay, let us come to the function of this epithelium. It has to solve some important function, this epithelium. For example, our urinary bladder or ureter or pelvis of the kidney or the major and minor calyces, they are containing the urine, okay, are giving passage to the urine, which contain the toxic substance, urea, uric acid, ammonia, like that, which are toxic for body. So this epithelium should be such that, okay, nothing should go from the urine to that of the body tissue, and nothing from body tissue should come to the urine. Okay, that means the walls of the major and minor calyces, the pelvis of ureter, okay, or ureter proper, and the urinary bladder, the epithelial transitional epithelium which is lining to it, the lumen of this should be completely impermeable. Nothing should pass through this epithelium. So the first important function of this epithelium is that it is impermeable. Okay, nothing can pass through this epithelium because of this quality of the epithelium, that nothing can pass. Okay, it has no effect on osmosis. That means during the osmosis, there is a, if two types concentrated solution are kept separated by a membrane, they will exchange, okay, from a lower concentration to higher. This is not. That means osmosis function is not here. Okay, so nothing can just go from here, and this is achieved by the purpose. I mean, so this purpose is achieved because of the dome-shaped epithelial cells which are at the top here. I just drew the dome-shaped epithelial cells which were at the top. They were having, I mean to say, their apical surface of epithelium shows the thickening plaque. It is called as the plaque, or the thickening of the apical surface of the epithelium, which is called as the plaque. So many plaques they are there, okay, and this thickening is due to the deposition of keratin into the cell membrane, due to the secretion of the glycoprotein by the this Golgi apparatus. Okay, so the glycoprotein gets deposited here into the cell membrane close to the apical. So this results in thickening of the cell membrane, which are called as the plaques. Okay, and this doesn't permit anything to transfer through the cell membrane, I mean through the epithelium inside the cell. This is true for the apical surface. What about the area between the two cells? This can also go through between the two cells from surface. But this is also not possible because the cell to cell contact from its lateral surface, as I told you in the introductory class on histology, that they are tightly binding to each other with the help of the junctional complexes. Okay, and the most important junctional complex which is there in this umbrella shaped cell are that dome shaped cells which are at the top. Okay, they are attached with the adjacent cells very tightly all around the circumference with so many cells. Okay, with the tight junctions. Okay, zonula occludens, and this doesn't permit anything, the molecules of the water or any other solute molecules which cannot go between the two cells. And this is the reason why this epithelium is impermeable. Nothing can be go through the cell or in between the cell. Okay, either through the cell or this is through the cells, nothing can go, or in between the cell here. Second important function. Let us come to the second important function is that this epithelium has lot of plasticity, that we have seen that in the urinary bladder. When the bladder gets stretched, the epithelium also expand. Imagine that. Okay, if there are 500 milliliter of urine is there, the wall of the bladder is highly stretched. Okay, and along with that, the epithelium also gets stretched. So there is a lot of plasticity is there. It can stretch without rupture, without rupturing the wall or cell membrane. Hence, this is second important property, that it can stretch. So there are two important property of the urothelium. This is also called as urothelium, that is the transitional epithelium is also called as urothelium because it is lining to the urinary tract. Okay, so this property makes this epithelium a special kind of stratified epithelium. Hence, it is classified separately than that of the stratified epithelium. It is there. Okay, so what you will see here, that this epithelium, okay, as I said in previous lectures also, that this is avascular. There is no blood supply to any epithelium. Of course, the nerve terminals can be there. So this completes the lecture, I will say very short video on the transitional epithelium. Most of the time, the short notes which are asked in the examination for epithelium, they are either from for this transitional epithelium or the stratified squamous epithelium, which is pseudo-stratified, which is again a specialized epithelium, pseudo-stratified. So the next video which I will just make will be for the pseudo-stratified epithelium. Thank you very much for watching this video.